Hello there, and welcome to Namident Academy. Today, in this series, we are going to discuss about the health and the lifestyle factor in the well-being of academician or a researcher in an academic environment. As a researcher, the first thing is that you are a human being. And as we know, we human beings have related health issue. For some, it's chronic, and for some, it's one time. And that in this post-COVID era, the rise of small sickness and other illness is common, and that for you to be productive in your research or in your academic life, you need to be actively conscious of your health, and that the health factor in stress reduction is very important to everybody. Depending on your program or a PhD program, either you are in a structured program that you are on a scholarship or you are on your own doing your own research with your supervisor, or you are in a research group, determine your level of well-being or health aspect of your well-being. And from research, it is reported that those students or candidates in a kind of a research group environment have a good well-being than those students who are individually struggling their own way through their PhD with their supervisors. And that the strategy and the tips for a well-being in these two different environments might differ. And in this video, I'm going to give suggestions based on the middle point of these two environments, which one a researcher in a lab or a researcher in a group research group environment, and on the other hand, a researcher who is doing his research with his supervisor. And the most important aspect of everything, if what I'm going to discuss here, you are going to start practicing it, or you are going to start using the techniques or the tips, and that previously you are not using, then my advice for you is to start it small, small by small, because it has been recorded that if you starting small by small, you can see a good progress with time, other than that starting with a big chunk of things, and then within 1 or 2 weeks, then you can't continue doing it. And also with regard to lifestyle changes or behavior changes, you need to change a behavior one at a time. And that when you are changing a behavior, you need to substitute the undesirable behavior with a desirable behavior in its place. You don't need to leave it vacant, because when you are used to some way of doing things and you remove it from that without a substitute, it will end up in the long run coming back to the original default settings or default lifestyle. So with regard to the health of us as researchers, most of times in the working environment, you might not have time. You might think that you don't have time to visit doctors, and that your stress level might be increasing day by day. My suggestion to you is to listen to your body. When the time for you to get dressed, you should know. And especially if you are in a PhD program, structured PhD program, at the nearer to the what we call progressive examination is when the stress level become high, because you are writing report, you want to finish some data analysis to show to the committee, you want to draft a manuscript to show it to the committee, and these things really increase your stress level, and that you should be conscious of that. If you are feeling some kind of illness in your body, it's very important to check out with the university clinic or get an appointment and visit the hospital. One thing that most of the PhD students do is they request for painkillers from friends and colleagues, and that they say, "Oh, I'm feeling weak, my back, my shoulders, I don't have this," and then our colleague easily give you a recommended medicine that he might have been using or recommended to him by a doctor for you to use, you also, or you take from him and you use, but you don't know the complication that he is facing, because as we know with medicines, there are some medicine that react differently based on your family history of illness and diseases. So for your best, you have to visit, try as hard as possible that you can to visit a physician and explain yourself to him or her. Even if you have to take a whole day out, you should try and do that, because your health is your biggest resources and biggest blessing that you have in this world. Without the health, you cannot do anything. And this reminds me of the time of COVID, when we see the university closed down totally, and many of us face the problem of seeing our experiment going to rubbish because the health factor. The university, the nation is thinking about the health of everybody, and that we should reflect in any time we are seeing or we are feeling difficulty when it comes to our health, that we should know that this research we are doing, if we can't continue with it and we end up having complication, having high stress that will lead to problems, probably for us to leave this graduate school or program. This project, one way or the other, it will continue. So, first of all, we are very important. Our health is very important, and we should try as much as possible to take good care of our health. And if you are on medication and you forget the medication time by time, I advise you to put alarm on your telephone to inform you that this is the time to take your medicine. That is very helpful. Another aspect of our well-being when it comes to the health and lifestyle is our thinking. The thought that comes to our body. Some people by default are always thinking negative in any situation they find themselves. And for some are always optimistic and positive in every situation they find themselves. So if you are in the first group, try as much as possible to control your thinking and always see the positive thing, and also speak positive to yourself. And this remind me of a movie titled Three Idiots, where they used to say all is well. Yes, you have to always tell yourself that all is well. No matter the condition you find yourself in, try to be optimistic and raise your morale high. Always try to raise your morale high. And you can do this by a lot of means that we will discuss later when we come to the social support, that you might connect with other PhD students and you discuss your problem and share your idea. And also try as much as possible not to deep think when it regard to problems that you are facing, which is negative. Just tell yourself that things will work well. Just do your best. And when you are facing the negative thinking still increasing and you can't control it, and the stress level also increases and you can't control it, then is a time to visit the counseling service of your institution or university. This counseling service sometimes is located in the dean of student or dean of research or the psychiatric office or the clinic. Try as much as possible to locate them and book appointment. Just go there, and these people are professional. They can listen to you and really help you in reducing your stress. And some of the services they provide is free of charge, as far as I know, in most of the institution that I visited or I know about it. They have time. Actually, many students don't like going there because when they go there, they feel like they have mental problem, or so the negativity that has come along with medical, with kind of the mental health. But it's never a problem to take care of your mental health. You should be proactive in that. Visit the counselors, tell them your story, how you are feeling, the stress level, and they are of very good service. They will provide to you. In my From my undergraduate to the PhD level, I have visited them several times. I have collaborated with them during my office hours as a president of Afrocaria, and also several times to help students because they are good people and they are professionals. So do well to visit them and explain yourself to them, and they will going to help you resolve some major health issues that you have. They're gonna give you recommendation that will impact your life positively. Another aspect of our health issue that most PhD candidate or postgraduate student or the academicians is the intake of caffeine. When we are too busy, we are stressed, we want to finish something on time, we keep on taking coffee upon coffee. And this coffee do give us some kind of energy to continue working until in the evening, still we can't sleep, and then still we are working. And this have a prolonged issue on our health. So depending on your caffeine, either a tea or coffee or other sort of energy drink that you drink to boost your morale, to boost your energy, to do extra work, try to reduce it, that your future self will thank you, because you are going to use much of your energy to do a lot of work, and that in future these ones comes with negative effect. And with this, as I said earlier, if you take 4 or 5 or 6 coffee a day, try to reduce them one, and then Now, let's say you are taking 5 coffee in 8 hours, reduce it to 4, and replace 1 coffee with a tea. And then again, when now you eliminate about 3 to 1 coffee, and let's say you have 4 tea cup a day, now start eliminating the tea with a cocoa or milk and other stuff, and your body is going to thank you a lot for that. So work on that aspect is very important. The next aspect of our health or our lifestyle is exercising. And I see it common apply to almost a lot of colleagues and myself that during our years in graduate school, we spend a lot of time on our desks and in the laboratory that we forget to exercise. We spend long time in the laboratory sitting. Immediately we leave, we go direct to bed. And this prolonged lack of exercise do affect our body and bring us a lot of other related health issues that our body is reporting to us. Mostly in the morning, you are waking up, you can't wake up well because your body has not rested well from the caffeine inside it and lack of exercise. So plan your day and put a bit of exercise in it, and week week exercise. And so if you are not interested in the kind of rigorous exercise, there is this important one, which is long walk. You can mostly in the universities we have a place where there are trees, or institution you see a natural tree or garden. Just mark at least in a week, get about 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes long walk in this nature, where you can listen to the birds singing, you can see the trees, the wind. If you are lucky to have a lake in your campus or on a mountain or in the valley, just go for a long walk in nature. It will really going to refresh your brain, give you, it's a form of exercise, and that there your thoughts will be interacted and also interrupted with the nature, with the squirrels passing by, with the birds and the trees and all part of nature. It's a form of exercise, and it's a form of also connecting yourself to nature. If there's a forest reserve around your campus where people are allowed to move in, try as much as possible to take care of yourself through this long walk. Is mostly helpful if it's in the afternoon or in the evening that you have set time and go for a long walk. It also help you refresh yourself from the stress, from the deadlines and other stuff. So we are coming to the end of the part 1 of this video. This video and its content is going to be longer, and that we are going to continue with the discussion in the next video. Thank you very much for your time and attention. Please, if you have not subscribed to this page or to the channel, do well to subscribe to the channel and share this video to your colleague that they can also benefit from this resource. Thank you and see you